We'll start today on our backs. Come onto your back. Let's have the knees bent and the feet a little wider than hip width apart, resting the knees against one another so that the lower back can really spread out wide across the floor. Knees resting together. And you can take the arms out away from the body or rest the hands on the body as you like. And I invite you to close your eyes, checking inward, seeing what the physical body feels like from the inside. And also what the mental and emotional body feels like. It's amazing how much more we can see when we close our eyes. And we'll start to breathe in the reverse way that we normally do. So you're going to imagine that you're breathing down into your low back. And then on the exhale, you're imagining that you're releasing it up and out the crown of your head. And now bring your awareness to your sacrum, the lowest part of your back. And just imagine that there's the face of a clock in your sacrum, and your tailbone is number 12, and you can just visualize where number 6 is. And then we'll just do a little pelvic rock so that we press down into 12 and then down into 6. And so in my body, when I press into 12, the back arches off the floor a little bit, my belly lifts a little bit, and that's where I want to inhale. And then when I press down into the 6, the belly comes down. That's where I want to exhale. But see how it works for your body. Maybe totally different, and that's completely okay. And it can be a small movement, the hips just barely perceptibly moving, or you can make it a bigger movement. And then come to stillness. And then press into 3 and then 9. Noticing how the opposite hip supports the hip that's pressing down by lifting up. And then come back to stillness. And then let's move around all the numbers of the clock. So slowly and mindfully moving the hips and pelvis. Again, it can be a very small movement, doesn't take much, just so that you feel the pressure point of your back on the ground rolling around the face of the clock, touching each number down. There's no need to lift the hips off the ground at any point. You can if you're choosing to make the movement larger, but it can just be a more subtle movement that just rotates and doesn't lift. And the next time you get to 12, reverse the circle. And then come back to stillness. Extend the legs out and take the arms overhead. On your next inhale, reach out of the right foot and the left hand. As you exhale, let it shrink back in toward the center. And then on your next breath, change and do the left foot and the right hand. Just continuing going back and forth, moving slowly with your breath. Maybe even feeling how the reaching helps to elongate the inhale. How the exhale just naturally relaxes everything back in. Almost letting the reaching be an extension of the breath, so you feel the expansion in the belly or wherever you feel it. And you just carry that expansion out to those two limbs. On your next breath, do both feet and both hands reaching. Feel the shoulders relaxing back in as you exhale. Notice where this reaching tends to emphasize your breath. Last one. And then take the right arm straight out to the side, perpendicular to the body. Roll over onto your right side and bring your left hand on top of your right hand. Hopefully there's plenty of space around you. If not, you might want to move and make some space. And then we're going to reach the left arm out further so that it extends past the right hand onto the floor. And we're going to start to skim the fingertips of the left hand across the floor into a giant circle that eventually goes all around the body. So, in keeping with the theme of the clock, this is like the arm of the clock, and you're going around all the numbers, and you're trying to keep the hand on the floor or as close to the floor as possible the whole time. When it reaches your body, then you want to just skim it over your body. And the next time the hand comes to the other hand, reverse the circle. Still trying to stay connected to the floor as much as possible. And the next time the hands come together, rest there. Beautiful. Then you can bring your right hand under your head as a pillow. And then reach back with your left hand for your left foot and pull the heel to the buttock. And then reach the left knee back. And then press the tailbone forward. Steady, slow, deep breath. And release the foot and rest the knee back down. And then lift the left knee up and over, rolling over to the other side, extending that left arm out. Perpendicular to the body. And then bring the right hand on top of the left hand and then extend it even further so that you feel like it's lengthening the back of the shoulder and the fingers are touching the floor. And then start to skim the fingers in a circle across the floor, across the body, finding the floor again as soon as you're able to. Finding your breath. And the next time the hands come together, pause there. And then reverse directions. Last one. And then resting when the hands reunite. And then tuck the left arm under your head or pillow. Reach back and take the right foot with the right hand and pull the heel toward the buttock. And then press the knee back behind you. Press the tailbone forward. And release, bringing the knee back down. And then we'll lift that right knee and come onto the back and lift both feet and take the hands to the insides of the knees or thighs. Press the low back into the ground. Breathe into the space between your hands. Just imagine that you can fill that space with your breath. And then bring the knees together, pull them in toward the body. Take some deep breaths down to your tailbone. Knees together. And then roll over onto either side. And press yourself up to hands and knees. Coming into a table posture. Hands are under the shoulders, and you can be on fists if that feels better to your wrists. Try to really line up your knees under your hips and your hands under your shoulders so that when you close your eyes, if you close your eyes, you really feel the weight of your arm bones sinking straight down into the ground and your leg bones. And then with weight heavily on the bones, see how it feels to just let the belly drop down. Just stay there for a moment. Just so if you imagined that your back were hammock and somebody just came to sit or lay in the hammock, this is how your spine is sinking. And then on an inhale, lift your eyes up to the sky. And then as you exhale, curl the tailbone down, Lift the belly up, drop the head. Really push the hands into the ground so you feel your front ribs lifting into your back ribs. And then reverse, tailbone up, coming back into that hammock-like feeling of sinking and looking up. Just finding the rhythm that works for you. And then coming back to your table posture. Nice and straight back, gazing down at the ground. Lift your right leg and bring it parallel to the ground. Lift your left arm. Lift your belly up to support your spine. Notice your breathing. And then bring the left hand down, but take it wider than your knee. Take it all the way out to the left. And then bring your right leg down and also bring it back behind you. So the foot is roughly level with the hand. And then we're just going to spin and send that right arm up. Bring the right foot down onto the ground. Roll your belly up. Really open the right side of your chest with your breath. Maybe you can drop your hand back. Maybe tuck the tailbone toward the pubic bone. Right foot down on the ground if possible. Okay. And then bring the right hand down. Slide the right knee all the way up between your hands. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, come forward into a sleeping pigeon. And maybe if your head doesn't reach the ground, you can rest your head on your hands or stack fists. Breathe down into your tailbone. Breathe into your lower back. Breathe into your whole body. Relax as you exhale. And then slowly lift your head up. Plant your hands under your shoulders. Send the right knee back. Coming back into your table posture. Realigning the legs of your table if necessary. Then take your gaze to the ground. Back is flat. And send your left leg back and parallel to the ground. And your right arm forward. Lift the belly. Breathe deep and slow. The right hand will come down wide. The left foot will come down back behind you so that it's roughly level with the right hand. And then we're going to pivot, bringing that left heel down, right arm up, drop the head back, straighten the leg. Breathe deep. And then bring the left hand down. And then bring that left knee all the way up in between the hands. Inhale and lift the chest. Exhale and fold over your leg. Resting the head on hands or fists or the ground if you can. Sending the breath initially down into the hips, down toward the base of the spine. And then letting it fill the whole body, or as much of your body as you can. Relaxing with your exhale. And then press yourself up. Send that left knee back. Moving into table posture once again. And then we'll take the left arm and place the forearm horizontally under the chest. And then reach forward with the right arm. Walk the hand as far forward as it'll go, keeping the elbow off the ground. Let the head rest down. You want to change the placement of that left arm slightly so that it supports the head. That's fine. And then come back to that concept of the hammock and really let your back sink down toward your front. If you can inch your fingers further forward, opening that shoulder a little bit more, go ahead. And then press into your right hand just enough to lift your head and send your left arm under you. And then lay down right on top of the arm. You can be on your forehead or maybe your chin or your cheek. And then push into that right hand to lift yourself back up to table. Repeat on the other side. Right forearm comes down. Left arm extends all the way forward. The head relaxes down. If you want to support the head, you can adjust the placement of your right arm. The elbow is off the ground. You might even pull your left hip back away from your hand a little bit. You want to intensify that stretch. And let your back sink down. And then lift your head, bring a little weight into that left hand so that you can bring the right arm completely under you. And then lay your chest down on top of the arm. Let your head come back down. Again, cheek, chin, or forehead, whatever works. And then press yourself up. Bring the hands back in under the shoulders and round your back, holding in this cat pose for a few breaths. And then back to flat back. Walk the hands just a little bit over to the left and step the right foot up. Coming into a lunge. Shift the hips forward. Bring one hand on either side of that front foot. Good. And then drop your left hip even more. Even more. Feel your breath expanding and contracting. Every time you exhale, sink toward the floor. Notice how it feels if you bring your left, without actually moving the placement, but imagine you're pulling your left knee toward your right foot and vice versa. Okay. And then we're going to take that right hand to the right knee and just press the knee open, rolling onto the outer edge of the foot. And then take the right arm up into the air, coming deeper into a twist. Find the breath. And then letting that left hip sink down. And bring the right hand down. Straighten your body out and bring the right knee back. Hands a little bit over to the right. Stepping the left foot forward. And bending deep into that left knee, dropping the hips down. One hand on either side of that left foot. Nice low lunge. Every exhale, sinking that right hip. And then the left hand comes to the inside of the left knee. Press the knee open, rolling onto the outer edge of the foot. Breathe up into your chest. And then send the left arm up, really twisting in the ribs. See if you can feel the breath coming up into the bottom right ribs. And release the hand down. And straighten your hips out. Bring the left knee back. And then come into child's pose. You can extend the arms overhead if you like, or you could have the arms alongside the body. Breathing down into your low back. And then send the arms overhead if they're not already there. Keep the hands where they are. Lift the buttocks off the heels. Spread the fingers wide, curl the toes under. Take a breath in, and then when you exhale, lift your knees, but keep your knees bent. And push forward with your hands and try to press your ribs toward your thighs, toward your bent knees. And as you press forward through the hands, lift your belly toward your spine and really try to feel the length that you can create in your spine, both with the pressing and the breathing. And then press down into the left heel only. Keep sinking the body toward the right thigh. Press the inner left ankle toward the outer ankle. Bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, press the right heel down. Really push forward into the hands and feel yourself lengthening back, particularly into that right hip, and then sinking down into the right foot. And press the inner right ankle toward the outer right ankle. And then take your gaze forward. We're going to step the left foot up, but not all the way between the hands, just about 2/3 of the way toward the hands. And walk the hands back and straighten your legs. If the hands don't reach the ground, then you're fortunate because there's nothing holding you back from your fullest expression of the stretch. If your hands do reach the ground, then lighten the placement of your fingers on the ground. And then steer your hips a little bit to the left So you're pulling back your left buttock and forward through your right hip a little bit. And then shift weight from the front foot to the back foot. See if your head can relax down more. See if your breath can occupy more space in your body. See if everything that's not working can relax. And maybe the things that are working can relax. Go ahead and bend that left knee. Walk the hands forward, shoulder width apart. Step the left foot back, coming into downward dog with both legs straight, both heels pressing down. Roll the shoulders down the back. And still imagine you're trying to fold your belly and your ribs toward your thighs. And then look forward past your hands. Step the right foot up about 2/3 of the way toward the right hand. And then walk the hands back until the legs are straight. Back heel on the ground. Folding over your right leg. And then steer your hips a little bit to the right. Right buttock comes back, left hip comes forward. Hands, if they're touching the ground, are just resting for balance. No weight in them. And then shift weight from the front foot to the back foot. When you exhale, scoop your lower belly in and up. Go ahead and bend that front knee. Step the back foot forward. Tuck the chin, round the back, roll yourself up. Extend the arms forward with the thumbs facing down, and then make big circles with the arms all the way up and around and back. A couple more times. Arms forward with the thumbs down. Full movement of the shoulders. One more time. And then let the arms rest down. Maybe close the eyes. Maybe lift the toes and spread them and lower them back down. Feeling breath. And then with an inhale, send the arms out to the side. Exhale, bring the right arm under the left, wrapping the arms around each other, bringing either the backs of the hands or the palms of the hands together. And then lift the elbows up. Bend the knees and shift weight into the left foot. Open the eyes and look past your arms at a spot in front of you. Feel your breath and really stay connected to the feel of your breath as you lift the right leg, cross it over your left leg. You might have to adjust the drishti, the gaze point. Let your eyes find the place that centers you and balances you. And then sit down into your posture. Breathe into your posture. Pull your belly in and lengthen your sit bones down. Breathe into your lower back. And release. Stand for a moment, feeling the fullness of your breath, the shape of your breath. Inhale the arms out to the side. Exhale, left arm under right, backs of the hands toward each other, or if you can wrap around one more time, palms together. Bend the knees. So notice with the knees bent, how your back kind of can lengthen down. We want to continue that as we come into our eagle pose. Opening the eyes, landing on one spot, resting the mind on the breath, crossing the left leg over the right, maybe readjusting the gaze point. Pull the belly in and drop the back down. Nice deep breath. Pressing hands together, lifting elbows. And release. Just find stillness for a moment. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, straight legs. Dropping the head. Press down into the feet, lift through the thighs, lift with the belly. Exhale out of the mouth. Inhale deep through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Two more. Beautiful. And then bend the knees. Lower yourself all the way down to your buttock and onto your back. The knees bent. Lift your hips, tuck your tailbone, lower back down, release the legs and shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes. If not, and you feel comfortable closing your eyes, please do. And then rest the arms out away from the body, let the legs rest. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, release the body into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw. Top teeth don't touch the bottom teeth. The lips gently part. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, whooshing away the activity of the mind. Letting go. And just bringing yourself into presence by bringing attention to your breath. Seeing where in your body you most easily feel the breath and park your attention there. And then let go of the breath. Just trust that the breath can breathe without your help. And just feel each breath. Notice if you're still controlling the breath. That's not uncommon. And you can just notice that without doing anything about it. And just holding the intention to let the breath go. And just feeling it from one moment to the next. At some point, if the mind wanders, you may stay gone for a long time. You may notice right away, but eventually you'll realize, oh, my mind has wandered. And then just bring your attention back to your breath. No judgment, no drama, just like turning the channel. Deeply relaxed. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Breathe into your heart, and fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest and rock from side to side, feeling the ground massaging your back. And then come center, bring the soles of the feet together, the palms together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. Roll onto your side, rest your head on your underside arm, rest your body on the ground, rest your awareness in how you feel and what you feel, whatever this moment is presenting. Just take inventory, not looking for anything, not judging, just being aware how it feels to be in this moment. And when you're ready, come up to a seated position, any way that's comfortable for you. Sit bones sinking down, crown of the head lifting tall. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands together at the center of your heart. Inhale, lift the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.